Welcome to the Kings Road podcast. I'm your host, Justin Younts, and this is my host.
CDCent.
And we are going to talk about, well, something that just broke a little bit today. The TNT decision to nix one of the entrances. We're going to talk about the ROH situation. We're also going to talk about NXT. And then we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite, and we're going to talk a little bit of Rampage spoilers. So let me explain what has happened. Apparently, TNT nixed an alternate entrance for the Elite. The Elite actually wanted to come out to Squid Game entrance, and they said no. And now they are doing. So then they ended up doing the Ghostbusters theme. What do you think?
Stupid. I think it's stupid that they came out with Ghostbusters. I think it's stupid that they wanted to come out with Squid Game. I think all of it is stupid. Stone Cold Steve Austin would not wear a Squid Game or Ghostbusters suit.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I thought it was kind of creative. I would have liked the Squid Game entrance better because that would have been more topical. Ghostbusters is, I don't know. I mean, it works for what they're doing. I didn't like it when they did the Street Fighter thing. I thought that was a little too cosplay, but the Squid Game thing seemed, I don't know. I don't know how they
No,
would do it, but it would have
to me,
interesting.
all of that stupid shit, just like the stupid Space Jam shit.
You didn't like the Space Jam?
No. For one, I hate LeBron James, so I'm obviously not gonna want to see a fucking cosplay of a fucking LeBron James movie. Okay?
Yeah. I don't know. I just got to be honest. I think Kenny Omega, why isn't he doing any promos on this show or these past shows? Like,
Because he can't cut a promo.
well, then bring it. Where's Don Callis? Where did he go? Does anyone know where he went?
Back to TNA.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I, I think it's a situation of damned if you do, damned if you don't. He can't cut a promo by himself. When Don Callis is there, he always outshows Kenny Omega, which makes him look even lesser than when he's not talking at all. You know, it's a tricky situation.
apparently Mikey Ruckus, who does the Elite theme, he got the call at 5:30 and he was stuck in traffic till 6:15. He started producing at 6:28. His computer froze at 7:18. He lost 30 minutes of progress. Didn't panic. Mix delivered at 8:03 p.m. I mean, that's amazing. They almost barely made that. He was able to make a mix of Ghostbusters and like, wow, that's pretty good. You got to hang it. You got to hand it to them for that. He made that in 15 minutes. Wow. All right, so let's
I
move
don't
on.
I
Let's talk
don't
about the
think
ROH situation.
first off, I don't think main event players should be doing such ridiculous shit. Okay,
I know, but that's kind of
all
the
of that
Elite.
shit is stupid. It's
The
just stupid
Elite,
to me.
the Elite kind of, that's their thing. I mean, that they're kind of, I think in some ways it's a fuck you to Jim Cornette.
That's even dumber.
I
To
know,
do
but I think
stupid
that's why
shit
they do
as
it.
a fuck you to somebody that I mean, Jim Cornette shouldn't be involved in the process and the creative process of what angles you decide to do or not do.
But the interesting thing is, I mean, if you even listen to the damn the Elite entrance music that they have, I mean, they got in there, they got in all that stuff. Young Bucks, you're killing the business. Or wait, that's the Young Bucks theme, but they got all that shit in there.
I mean, that's the name of their book, right? Killing the
Yeah,
business.
killing the business. Yeah. So I mean, they kind of like own it in some ways.
I mean, everything they do is a sarcasm. Everything, even their
Yeah.
tights are sarcastic. Where they're built from is everything about them is sarcastic. The
Yeah.
fact that they're still called the Young Bucks at 34, 35, or whatever they are. Uh,
I think it's a nod to HBK in some
eh,
ways.
yeah,
No,
okay.
you don't think so? All right, let's
Maybe
talk about the ROH
possible.
situation. What did you think about so what do you think?
I
ROH
can't
is
believe TNA
apparently
is still alive. That's what I can't believe.
well, they have a company that has more money.
No, they don't. Anthem
Well, they
doesn't
have
have
all
more
right,
money
all
than
right. They have a
Sinclair.
company that bought
Sinclair has more money than Tony Khan's
I know,
family.
but they bought a station just to put TNA on there.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
this
why
also
New
goes to
Japan
show you
got
a very
kicked off.
important.
That's why World Women of Wrestling got kicked off. They
Yeah,
bought a
but
station just for.
this, there's a difference from what you said and what I'm saying. Just having money doesn't matter because Sinclair is actually the of all the companies,
Yeah, but they haven't
they're
bought
the
anything.
richest of everybody.
But they don't spend any money.
They don't give a fuck.
So
They
they're
don't,
useless. You can
yeah,
have all
they
the money
don't
in the
give a
world. You don't
fuck.
spend any.
It takes more than just money. Just for the people that say, "Oh, Tony's where he's at just because he has money." It's not about the money.
He's willing to spend the money.
He knows how to use the money.
And yes, there you go. He knows how to use the money. And I just no, it's just Sinclair has had how many opportunities? They had
They
the
don't
chance from
care. They
I
don't
know.
care. That's fine. They don't
So
care.
good riddance. All right. So basically, ROH is basically they're gonna release everybody out of their contract at the end of the year. And I don't know, they're gonna try and rebrand the whole thing, but I'm sorry, unless they get Danielson, Samoa Joe, and CM Punk on their show, what is there? They to me, ROH is so dead. When I went to that MSG show, they were the worst part.
That was the beginning of the end for them. That MSG show just it was like a nail in the coffin of ROH.
They
They've
just
never been able to recover from that. Matt Taven as your world champion.
don't get me started on that. The one thing I do think they need to get in AEW so that we can, actually, if they did get that library, they would actually have the All In show, right? When they
Yes, they
get that
would.
name, when they get that
Yes.
name back.
Yeah.
Mm.
If they sell it to them, yeah, which is very possible. Especially right now, it's very possible.
I could see Bandito and Dragon Lee going. They would be a good tag team for the Lucha Bros to go against.
I could see Rush going.
I could. I think. I think Rush though is probably going to go to WWE.
No,
No,
he's
you don't
not.
think so?
No, he's not.
What makes you say that?
After all, because apparently he had an offer from WWE when he signed with ROH and didn't take it because Andrade told him, "Don't go, bro. Don't
Oh
go."
yeah, they're friends. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
No, Rush should come in. Then he should come in.
yeah. LAJ and bring in Naito.
Yeah.
Have the three top LIJ guys. That would
Oh,
be
that's good. All right, this is actually getting me excited now. Are the Briscoes in ROH anymore? Did they leave? I cannot.
no. They were in ROH. I I don't know. If I were them, I'd go to AEW because I don't trust WWE. But I thought 10 years ago,
Oh
if
my
they would have
God!
went
If
to
they go to
WWE, they would have become mega stars that they used them right.
if they went to WWE, they would be like Vince would look at one of their teeth and go, "All right, you're hillbillies from hell." They'd be coming out with overalls, and he would turn them into the new Godwins.
Man, they could have been. I just feel like if
Don't
you
tell me I'm
gave
not
them
wrong.
time in WWE and
Tell me,
don't script them,
tell
they would
me
get so over.
WWE wouldn't put them in overalls and
Of
call
course,
them,
I mean they'd fire them the second that they said something. You know.
I'll never forget when Luke Harper or Brody Lee went in there and he said, I want you to talk with a Southern accent. And he's like, well, I'm from New York. Oh, I mean, that's what Vince would take one look at the Briscoes and be like, hillbillies.
Well, they actually are.
I
You
know,
know.
but Vince would make them into stereo. It's not like the hillbillies they are now, where like it's not a
The,
detriment. They would make it a detriment.
yeah,
They'd be
they
coming out
make
with like
everything a detriment. They make everything a detriment.
he'd be coming out with like a pig, a pig out there, and they come out with slop and stupid crap like that. And they think, oh, this is going to be great. They're going to get so over. He'd turn them into the Highlanders, but it would be, hillbillies.
The Viking experience, the hillbilly experience,
And that's what he would call them that. Except they wouldn't say hillbilly because they would probably get upset with their sponsors. So they would call them like
the
the
redneck experience.
no, I don't think they would even be together. They'd be like the Southern experience, something so lame. So, but they are still in ROH because I thought they were in GCW.
No, they weren't ROH.
They're still in ROH. All right. Well, then I
They've
think the
they've
AEW
never
should get them.
left. They never left.
Wow.
They've been in ROH for like over 20 years or something.
I think AEW should take them because they would work well
Definitely.
there because they get to do it. They get to be them. Anywhere else, they're going to be, other than maybe New Japan, but I
I
think that
always
time is
felt the
gone.
Briscoes could be superstars. The
Absolutely.
the way that the Dudleys were superstars in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, like their promos, I feel they would connect super easily.
I don't think they need Jay Lethal. I like Jay Lethal, but I think his time is gone and let him go back to TNA.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. Do you want to see him? I don't want to. Is he going to go back to Black Machismo? I mean, like I
Here's
don't.
the thing. I think Jay Leto's great.
Yeah, I do too.
But the problem is they got too many. Now it's getting to the point where they got too many people to push. I
Oh, and
honestly think Rampage is gonna need to go to 2 hours because if they end up signing these ROH guys on top of what they already have, and they're gonna sign Bray Wyatt most likely,
yeah.
you can't do it with 1 2 hour show and 1 1 hour show. It's getting bad. Not
Let's
bad
use
in
that
that.
to transition into who you just mentioned about. He just posted on Instagram 2 days.
Yeah, when
So
his
apparently
contract
he
runs
comes.
out.
So Friday is out.
Yeah.
So they could bring him in Wednesday. They could bring him in next Wednesday. They could
Hmm.
bring him in at Full Gear,
Which is most likely.
most like, or they could use him as a promotional tool, like what Meltzer wanted them to do with Punk, is have him debut. Because remember they were running Chicago 3 times, and the thing this was before we knew about the United Center. They
Yeah.
could have him debut on that Wednesday, and then use him as a thing to go into because I think Rampage is live then for because they're in the same arena.
Man, I can't pay attention when Rampage is live and when it's not.
No, I can't either. I wish they need
I'm
to just
not
be live all the time
exactly.
because
But
it's
that
really
also
dumb.
means that if you're gonna make it live all the time, that means they're gonna have to probably do 2 tours.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna do a show on Wednesday and a show on Friday, and they're both gonna be live, wouldn't you in theory then have to run what? Would you run in the same town or the same arena?
I don't know. I think that's where they're getting to. I mean, I don't want them to do like a brand split, but I wouldn't mind them having two different
I hate that.
teams.
I hate that. I fucking hate the brand split.
No, I know.
I,
That's why I
the
said not a brand
concept
split.
is stupid.
This would
It
be
worked
something
in
backstage.
2002. This is not 2002.
The only reason it
No,
was supposed to work was because they had Austin and Rock, and they lost both of those guys before as soon as they did the damn thing.
it worked for a couple years because they took it serious,
Yeah.
but then they didn't. And I don't think that AEW has the roster that WWE had in 2002, so I don't think they should do it.
So you don't think they should I'm not saying split the roster like a brand
No,
split,
don't.
but I'm
No.
saying like have two tours, like you said, two different,
Well, you're gonna have to do 2 tours if you're gonna do 2 2 hour live shows. I just
which is
see.
kind of what
I
they're
mean,
doing already. I mean, not everybody's on the same show
yeah, that's
all the
fine.
time.
You don't have
I
to
mean, they
have
don't have to put
everybody
it
on the
in
show on the
name
same
like
time.
a brand split, but just, you can cycle them in and off because I think they should go live with Rampage. I think they'd have much more success with it because if it's taped, it's hard to get excited for a tape show. I'm
You
sorry.
know
I
what?
just,
I also think I don't. I'm starting to think that maybe Friday wouldn't work, no
what
matter
do you
what.
mean? Friday wouldn't
What,
work. What
no
day
matter
then
what,
should
because
they
I
do?
used to think that if you put it at 8 or 9, it would do good.
No, they're not ready.
No, it's see, this is the misconception. We both listen to Monster all the time. There's
Yes.
not that big of a cross. There isn't.
No, there isn't.
We act like it is, but there is not very much of a cross. Actually, the biggest competition is not WWE. It's the NFL and sports in general is the biggest competitor of AEW,
And
not
politics.
WWE.
He talked about that with
Yes,
AEW. It's
and news,
politics.
news, and
News.
big time news. Yes, because
They're
AEW
more,
fans are more educated
yeah, they're
and
intellectuals.
yeah, they actually pay attention to shit outside of wrestling. I'm just saying.
what a what a
It's a
concept.
fact. This is a fact.
They're not living in their basement.
You know, I mean, let's be honest. Of course, a lot of them are, but they just tend to be smarter in that basement.
They're smart basement. It's an
But
intellectual basement. It's got numbers on the wall.
that's just it to me.
Yeah. So what day should they do Rampage then?
Man, I don't know because you're on Wednesday, so it's like I don't like the idea of doing 2 days straight,
No.
and plus it
That was
goes against
horrible.
Thursday night football anyway.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. But making it live would make it more enticing because you don't know what's going to happen.
yeah. I thought that Saturday would be good, but man, that Saturday rating, oh my god,
Saturday sucks as a
that
day.
was yeah. But I was shocked by how bad it did this second week.
This show wasn't. There was
Yeah,
nothing
but that that
major.
doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It shows you how hot the product is right now. It's not whether the show is good or not, because they don't know that when they're tuning in.
Yeah.
The point is whether it's even hot enough to get that people to change to Saturday. And man, it did terrible. That was
Yeah.
like 40% drop from when they were doing the 1 million shows in Dynamite on Wednesdays. That's bad.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about NXT.
That sucked.
Why would you beat Braun Breaker?
Well,
Why?
'cause he's only had like 6 matches.
I don't care. You've already got a star. Why would you be? No, he's on TV now. Everybody can see him. Whether they see him or not, doesn't
Yeah,
matter. He's now been exposed. You
as a
need to
loser.
protect him. If they beat Brock Lesnar right away on like Sunday Night Heat,
Yeah, but here's the
we
thing. He's not Brock Lesnar.
I know
You
he's not
know,
Brock Lesnar.
nobody is. It's
Yeah, I
unfair.
know.
It's unfair.
But I feel
He
like if
for
they
one,
got a
he's not
Brock
even that
Lesnar,
big. He's
but
not
I
that
feel
big
like if
compared to
they got a
Brock.
Brock Lesnar, they wouldn't even know what to do with that now. I feel like they'd
No,
screw
no,
up with
they
Brock
would. They
Lesnar.
would. They would. Of course they would. See, there is one thing that has never changed. There's one thing that has always stayed true with Vince and his fucking minions is one thing. Brock Lesnar is the exact prototype of what they look for since
Yeah,
1982. It's
yeah,
the big blonde muscle dude. It's always been
yeah.
that way.
Well, they wanted Sid to be that, but
They wanted
Sid
Lex Luger to be that.
Sid can't do
It's
it.
what they like. It's always been what they like. It will always be. And
So
he
then,
was
how does
the
Roman get
ultimate.
away with it because
He
he
was
ain't
the
blonde?
actual ultimate version of what Vince always wanted.
Because
Brock.
Roman's not
Brock
blonde.
is Brock is what he always wanted Hogan to look like, but never was.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, probably. Yeah, I think you're right.
the guy that could legitimately beat people up.
So Brock
Not
just
get
became,
beat
yeah.
up by Fujiwara or whatever, like Hogan did. I'm just saying.
Um. So
Fuck Hogan.
so You heard it here. He's banned.
Fuck Hogan, man.
We're putting the ban on him. Hogan is banned.
Hogan is definitely banned.
He has been banned along with MJF.
And we in Kings Road have not canceled Ric Flair. He's okay with us.
That's right. Ric Flair can come on.
Yeah.
We will do it. Ric Flair is fine. Let's talk about, but yeah, that stupid skit stuff they were doing with I just like glanced up at it and I was like, what is this?
Oh my God.
That?
What the fuck is this shit? I didn't know if it was a cinematic match. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was just, am I watching a wrestling? Why am I even watching this? Why am I not playing Ghost of Tsushima right now? Like, why am I even watching this?
Was it Dexter Loomis?
You know what I was thinking
Loomis
of?
there? Was that who was out there?
Yeah, and Gargano.
Job Barno.
Look at, like, here's my thing. Like,
has he fallen from grace?
I was ashamed to watch this shit. The only reason I even watched was because I really like Rex Steiner, and I wanted to see if they were gonna give him the title this, and they didn't. So now you know what?
And they beat him clean
again.
They beat him clean.
NXT. I'm not watching NXT for at least 3 months.
And look, they beat him clean. They didn't beat him with he lost clean.
He lost clean. And here's the problem. Now, next time they do the inevitable rematch, I don't care anymore. So even if he wins, now I don't care. Because I thought you were maybe going to push him like Brock.
It's like what they did with Brock when he lost to Cena. And I was like, well, I don't care. I don't want to see Brock and Triple H.
Well, you know what that was? That was payback.
I know. It shows how petty he is. He's sitting there like, just wait. Instead of making more money with the guy the way he could have, because you would have had a legitimate UFC guy so that the guy that actually beats him the first time, it runs off on somebody. No, let's beat him now.
You know what's weird? It's gotten to the point where, like, Brock, when Brock loses, it doesn't even feel like it helps the person. Like, I don't feel like Drew became a star from beating Brock, or Rollins has become this star from beating Brock.
To be fair Rollins screwed himself by not shutting the fuck up and then doing an angle where he cried in the corner.
It had nothing to do with not shutting the fuck up. It had everything to do with the Fiend making him cry.
The Fiend, both those things, because you could hear the boos even at SummerSlam. They were already getting sick of him.
Justin, you cannot be the world champion, #1 babyface, and cry.
No, that happened after, and that was stupid.
Period.
I don't know why he did that.
For me, I never took him serious after that. After that, Seth Rollins stopped existing to me.
Oh shit! And poor Drew, he suffered from, unfortunately,
pandemic champion,
being the
pandemic champion.
Yeah, he won the belt in an empty building.
Yeah,
nobody saw it.
He missed his spot, unfortunately.
I mean, it's really sad. Because he was getting over.
He was. Well, how do you know that?
Because before that, we had those matches.
Nobody there though.
No. There were people there. Remember, he did the angle where he did the that kick thing. He did the Claymore kick to him. There were still people in the building, and then he did it again to him. And then he said Brock was telling him, he's like, pick up the belt. He's telling him from the side.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and he was getting over. He was getting a reaction.
There's a difference between somebody being excited about somebody winning a title change and being excited after he's already the champion. And that's true.
Oh, yeah.
How many Bobby Lashley got cheered when he won the title? The Miz got cheered when he won the title. The Miz got cheered when he won the title.
Did he give cheered?
Yeah, he got cheered. And then they booed. Because that's how it is.
That. Here's the problem with Drew, though. They didn't have, once again, challengers for him to face other than Brock Lesnar.
Who left because he's not going to wrestle in front of nobody.
Yeah, which is smart, which a lot of guys should have just said, I'm not wrestling.
And the problem is, look, it's not that they didn't have opponents. He was fucked the second the pandemic happened because you don't know how over somebody is or establish him as a star if there's nobody there.
Yeah. Let's talk about the other thing that happened on NXT. We had the Mandy Rose won the title from
Yep.
Gal Gonzalez. You said she came out on a motorcycle, right?
Yeah, Raquel Gonzalez.
But she
Um,
came out on like one of those like not she didn't really come out like on a chopper or anything. She came out on like a
yeah,
like
motorcycle, trying to be like American Badass Undertaker, but not nearly as cool.
it didn't look like it was that cool of a motorcycle. It looked like a
Well,
moped.
look,
Looked like a girl's
I
motorcycle.
like Raquel.
I do too.
Uh, I don't agree with this. I get it. I kind of knew she was gonna win when I saw that the tag team won it,
Well,
because I know
who
they like doing that.
was anybody actually shocked that it was Dakota Kai? Like as soon as she came out, I was like, it's Dakota Kai. It's
Yeah,
Dakota Kai.
yeah.
You don't like Mandy Rose though as a brunette.
No, she was way
No?
hotter as a blonde.
I think she's
She was
pretty
way.
hot with the brunette.
She's hot. Period. I'm
Ah,
saying
there
she
we
was
go.
hotter when she was blonde. That's all. So
Do you
like,
think she do you, I mean, what did you think? I didn't really watch the match very well, but did you think she's gotten better?
not really. The match sucked.
Okay. Did
I like
Rex?
Priscilla Kelly though. Her I really
She's
like.
there. When she
But
wrestle?
she's in the faction.
Oh,
She
I
won the
didn't
tag
even know that.
title.
I
She
didn't even
won the
know that
NXT
was
tag title.
the faction there. Um, are
Yeah,
they ever going to
Toxic
do?
Attraction is what it's called.
Can they release Tony Storm since they're obviously not going to do anything with her? Because
By the way, did you hear the thought process involved in giving the faction the title? They want to have hot girls that
yes, I
young
did.
kids are gonna like. That's what's gonna draw NXT.
Oh boy, they missed the whole point of the Attitude Era. Like Sable, Austin, and McMahon were the reason you tuned in, but Sable and them kept you tuned in for other segments.
Exactly, and it
But
wasn't
she was. But if it
with
was
their
just
wrestling
Sable,
acumen. It
if it
wasn't
was,
just the wrestling acumen.
and if it was just Sable, no, nobody would be tuning in. That's not enough. That's not enough to watch a whole show.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes the Sable segments actually did more than the Austin segments.
Yeah, but
It's but there was a bombastic nature to it. You know,
yeah,
the bitch would like take her tits off or something. Like it was always something that was, oh shit. They don't
yeah.
do none of that. So
No, they don't. Well,
well, you can't really do that now.
when she did the thing where she revealed, the body paint thing, and that was like, they still haven't done anything like that.
No.
And that was like, like they were really pushing the envelope. They don't know how to push the envelope now. That
Well,
now
you
they
can't
think
really do that now. Is the
not with the way
problem?
they've structured their company. No,
No.
that's the thing that AEW has over them
You
is
know what's
they can
funny?
go for things.
Is it me or does it feel like the women's division in WWE is going backwards?
I felt that like 2 years ago.
You know, well, with the exception of Sasha, with the exception of the Horsewomen and Bianca Belair, it feels like every other girl there would be like a 2005, 2006 Divas division wrestler.
But here's the thing: Vince doesn't. The world has moved on, but Vince hasn't moved on. He still thinks of them as divas.
I mean, I know it's just a name. I
I
don't
really do.
really.
I think he still sees it as a divas division. Like he does not see that as the driving. I think he's been pushed to do that. But I think if we just had Vince alone in the room, I don't think he really sees the women as the level of Roman Reigns because he doesn't treat them like that. They're not presented
I mean,
like Roman Reigns
look
or
at
Brock Lesnar.
Becky. Becky resigned for $1 million while she was the biggest on the company, and guys like Brock and Roman make more than her. If
But
she
they
was
still didn't
over,
present. They never even. They still
they
did
did for a second there.
for a second, and then they
Yeah.
screwed it up by having her get when she came out with the crutch and was
How
trying
dare
to
you
be.
get pregnant? How
No,
dare
no,
you
no,
get
no, no,
pregnant?
no, not that. When remember the Mania build, Charlotte just,
Yeah.
Vince just fires, and then she showed up with like a crutch or whatever. I'm like, this is not cool. This is
No.
stupid. And then they did that angle where they were being arrested and they were breaking cop cars and everything. No, that's too unrealistic. I don't want to see that. Just have them
No.
fight in the ring. They don't need to break stuff backstage.
No,
I hated that. I absolutely hated that shit. And it was like, and then she broke the
because it doesn't
glass.
fit. Like
Like
it
even
fit
when
with Braun
Austin got
Strowman.
arrested, when Austin would get arrested by the cops, you didn't see him kicking the window in.
Now he was smirking.
He would smirk and stuff, but it felt realistic because you don't
He
see
was,
people kick the window in. They just don't get it.
he did it the way it would be done.
Yeah,
He
it looked
smirked.
real. It looked
He
like
looks at the
cops.
person that got him
Yeah,
arrested and is like, "Wait till I get out of this."
yeah. But he wasn't fighting the cops like they
No,
had the women doing. Like
no.
it's the little details that WWE doesn't get. The
Well, it's
little
not that they
details.
don't get it because they're the ones that made it. It's that
I
they
don't
have
buy that.
refused to acknowledge it.
I think it's Austin that was like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, but Vince was a part of it. And look, if you
Yeah.
listen to stories of Vince in that time period, it's completely different to the stories of Vince now. So it's
Yeah,
not
that's a
like
good
he never
point.
understood it. It's just that as time has gone by, he just refuses to acknowledge it, maybe because he doesn't want somebody to get that big to then leave him the way that they all have in his point of view.
So he's Rick in Casablanca after she leaves him.
You know he resents that stuff.
I know. I mean, I just, I don't know. To me, that's the big difference. When Austin and Vince were in the ring with Mike Tyson, you didn't see him stunning the cops. He was being restrained down. Those are the little things that I want to see because that's what's going to make it realistic. I don't want to see him. I don't know. They just don't get those little details or they, like you said, they do get them and they just don't care, which is even worse.
Yeah, it is.
All
So
right.
yeah, what you thought of this
NXT sucked.
dynamite? Because to me this dynamite sucked.
All right. All right. So now let's move on to Dynamite. I don't hate this Dynamite, but I don't love it either.
Eh,
What did you think?
I thought it sucked. I hated the main event match. I hated. Uh, I just hate the ridiculousness of it.
Well, all right. Well, how about this? What is missing in Dynamite that you feel? What do you think is missing?
I I feel like the main event segments are missing. Like those
Yeah.
segments where you're like, oh, I can't wait for this. And you're like watching the whole show. And it's like, man, I can't wait to this part, and I'm not getting that.
I don't feel they
You know,
build up the main event enough
I
in the
don't think
show.
they build up any of the shows well.
Like one of my favorite things they did in the AEW Rampage right before Punk comes out is they were like setting it up and they were showing the segments and say, "We've got a special announcement for you to make." Everyone knows that special announcement, but it built more anticipation for as soon as his music came on. I don't think they get that. Like, there's a reason that the hype package video gets you hyped to see the match. You put it before the match. It
Like
it puts it at a fever pitch.
the only thing I liked was really the Sheeta match, Moxley. That's it.
Let's talk
Like
about Moxley. He's
yeah.
reinvented himself,
Oh, I
and
love
for the
this.
better. This is what
Like
he
he's
needs
like
to
a
be.
savage.
I love
This
it.
is what he should have been like. Like he's such a like he was ripping this guy's mask and
I
biting him
I
in the
I told I
butt.
told you, like when I start like listening to the entrance music of somebody, I see you as a star. And the way he is acting right now, he feels like a star and he feels like his own star. It doesn't feel like somebody else. It feels like this is
Oh,
who
this
he
is
is.
as different can be compared to what he was in WWE.
Compared to what he
This
was in,
is
in, in AEW. I haven't seen this. This is kind of what he did a little bit of this in New Japan, but we haven't seen this in AEW. In
no,
AEW, he was kind of goofy and like,
and honestly, he
it's a
wasn't even
stupid
doing
group.
this.
It's a
This is
stupid group.
different.
When he was fighting the inner circle, it was like, it's a stupid group. I would never join you. This Moxley would just kill Jericho. He wouldn't even talk to him. He would just beat the crap out of him. And I like that. That's what I want to see. We don't have characters like
I'm
that.
digging this a lot. Yeah.
Like this guy is who I want to see, like against a Lesnar. He was never this
Hey,
guy
not for
when he
nothing,
was
but
against
this
Lesnar.
guy is now who I want to see against Danielson.
Yeah.
Now I want to see the
And
match.
that's the match we're probably getting, which is gonna be great. Oh man. Dude. All right. Now you yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
But see, but you know what's the problem? How is the number one contender match more of a main event match than the world title match?
Yeah.
That's my problem.
But this is what we said about Hangman Page for all along.
Oh my god!
Because if you don't, when you go to Hangman Page, everything's gonna feel secondary.
He was dressed as Stay Puft, bro, and then takes off the mask, and then he's trying to have this like really mad face, and yeah, the crowd popped, but I'm like, really?
Yeah, but we hate him already. Like this guy, I don't think there's anything he can do that's gonna make us go.
That's not true. This is ridiculous. So? Bro, do you think that I would like Moxley doing this right now?
No, but Moxley's smart.
You see how you rejected it immediately? That's my point.
Yeah, good point.
Stone Cold would never do this.
But this is how the elite is. They are like that, and they're all a part. Okay, he may not be in the elite, but he's in the he might as well be, because he is
in the
like
elite.
That. He
just
thinks
not
like that.
He is in the elite. He just isn't right now. But it's not like him and Cody aren't like we know what it is.
What do you think? Like, I don't know. Do you think the elite is dragging down Adam Cole?
Yeah.
I mean, coming out as a Ghostbuster, then light your world on fire.
Because they're not doing good. Like, they're doing too much comedy stuff. They haven't teased him and Kenny yet. Like, I don't see how he's gaining.
Well, actually, there is a tease of that, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Are you talking about being the elite?
No, I'm talking about something that happens at Rampage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that Meltzer was talking about, but we will talk about that later.
Okay.
We don't give spoilers to it.
Okay, well, why are you gonna do that main event segment on the B show? That is watched by half your audience.
Does not see it as the B show.
But it is the B show. It doesn't matter what you think it is. You know what dictates whether it's a B show or not? When it gets half the viewers of your audience. That makes it a B show.
That's how we see it, but that's not how he sees it.
That's not how I see it. That's how everybody sees it, because only half their audience watches it.
Well, he's not treating it like a B show. He's giving them stuff.
He can make it a S show. It doesn't matter if nobody's watching it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right. Let's finish though with Moxley. I think he's this is exactly who he needs to be. It's great.
Agreed.
I love seeing him, what he's doing. Do you think this came from him, or do you think Tony Khan asked him to do that? Who do you think came up with this vision?
No, I think it has to be him. Yeah, because it feels like him. I feel like maybe the death matches he's doing now, made him say, "Okay, let's do this."
Yeah. I think this is great. It's kind of how I envisioned a Danielson turning heel, as being so vicious that he has to be, a heel. But this works well with Moxley. All right, so we're done with that. Let's talk about Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. I thought this was
fantastic match.
Great match.
Fantastic. I love the way it was set up. It felt very much like middle 90s WCW cruiserweight matches. It honestly felt like a Rey Mysterio against Dean Malenko kind of match. And I was thinking more Dean Malenko.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what Serena Deeb is trying to play, is the Dean Malenko role. That's what she's trying to do.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so I would go right there.
I thought this is just the only thing I didn't like was when Hikaru Shida, tried to, grab the thing and like she was gonna hit him, and then she handed it to the ref. I was like, that looked fake to me. I'm like,
Yeah,
I could just tell from her body like she ain't gonna hit her.
yeah, I agree.
She's not gonna hit her. And she's like, like
She's
that.
not a good heel.
That felt
She's
like a
not.
John Cena thing right there.
Yeah, not a good
Like,
heel. Some people just don't do
no,
the heel
Hikaru
well.
Shida should never be a heel.
Mm-mm.
I think that's great, but she's not a heel. She would not be a good heel. She's too likable. She's too nice. This would be like turning Carrie Sane into a heel. I'd be like, really?
But look at that. Like, I think that match was longer than the entire Queen's Crown tournament.
The YouTube tournament, the
You know,
YouTube
like,
highlights video.
Jesus Christ, man.
I don't know. They
But I
just think we're
liked it.
stupid and we don't even notice that the how long it was. You gave these people 2 minutes.
But yeah, it was a good
Watch.
match. Hikaru Shida should have won
Yeah.
because I'm assuming she's probably gonna take a fall at the end, and since
Yeah.
she's a
I think,
former TNT, women's
yeah.
champion, it gives a good rub to whoever wins.
I think they've set it up so that Nyla Rose can beat her,
Oh,
because she's coming in hurt unless she
oh,
gets through her.
maybe. I mean, if you want to have a good match, you put Hikaru Shida in. If you
Do you
want to
think they
have a
do
shitty
Hikaru
match,
Shida
you
versus
you put.
Jade Cargill?
If it's Jade Cargill, you have to do Hikaru Shida because Nyla Rose and Jade Cargill, that's a disaster.
They already tried that.
That's a disaster.
Do you
And
think Thunder Rosa? Wait, Thunder Rosa's facing Jade Cargill next, right?
yeah,
So they have to beat one or the other.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know who's gonna win that one. I'm interested.
Do you think that? Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing. I thought this was a great match. I love the false finishes. I
Yeah,
thought it's just really good,
yeah. Very
really
good
good stuff.
psychology. It was very different. It's one of those matches where you really don't know who's gonna win.
Much better than the Queen's
The Queen's Crown.
Queen of the Ring or Queen of whatever the hell it's called. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. CM Punk versus Bobby Fish, or as the crowd was calling him in Miami, Escargot.
I'm gonna call him Bobby Two Counts.
Call him Bobby. I don't know how to do this.
Bobby Two Count.
I'm gonna call this Punk is never working with you again.
Motherfucker trying to do a Hulk Hogan kick out.
You're the level of Ryback to me right now.
Like, was it that he got mad that Punk took so long to pen afterwards? Like,
That
is
might have
that what
been
it
it.
was?
I
Because
don't know.
I don't know what the hell that was, but
Is Bobby Fish? Do you think he's one of those guys that like has to watch the referee when they count, or is he like an Okada where he's a master? He can hear the count.
he's obviously not a master of none. So let's stop that right now. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with
He's-
you. I was working on our show, so I wasn't really watching this match. I watched the entrance, and that was about it.
I'm with you, bro.
Is he getting better? It's Punk.
Who?
Punk.
Bro, this is the worst match he's had. This was shit.
Yeah,
This
man.
sucked. And this is a really big point. It's what we were talking about. Like they're basically just flopping Punk right now. Like to the point.
But
The
if he
fact
can't
that
have the match,
we didn't even pay attention to the fucking match.
But if he
And
can't have the match, I mean, it's not really the company's fault. That's him. If he can't keep up, what are we supposed to do?
I don't
What
know.
can you do? They put him against fucking Bobby Fish. You
Is
can't
that
have a
supposed
match
to
with
mean
that
something?
idiot. I don't know. I mean, he's kind of a good worker.
Whatever, bro. Like I just.
I don't know.
Uh,
I feel like CM Punk's entrance music is more over than CM Punk at this point in time. Like
they're
people are just
fucking it up.
people are
Okay, what
popping
does
for the
CM Punk
entrance.
do best?
Talk
What is he doing?
wrestling.
Yeah. Like,
What feud is he having? None.
like the things that make Punk best is not what I'm seeing right now.
No. Also, he keeps bringing back the long tights, and
He keeps switching between the both of them. Like one match in, one match out, one match in, one match out. Decide.
yeah, he just doesn't feel like CM Punk to me at all.
No, he seems like
He feels like CM Trump.
oh man.
Or what did Rock call him? BM Punk? Bowel movement Punk?
Uh, I'm not feeling it though. That's all I know. But
Well, when we
hopefully
get to Rampage,
yeah,
we'll
that
talk
hopefully
about
there's some
hopefully
hope.
some goddamn hope there. All right, let's talk about the Elite match so we can get to Rampage. What'd you think of the Elite match?
I think it was an embarrassment that I was watching this. The entrance already made me say, like, I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, am I really watching this shit right now?
You had a moment of contemplation. What is this shit? You know who's gonna bury
Bro,
this? This
their
is gonna
main
be a
event, I
burial.
cannot wait for Jim Cornette to
This
rip
is
this
the
shit
burial
up.
for Jeb Cornette. Oh man, he's gonna be like,
Oh, I cannot wait to listen to that.
what does he call them? The Cucamonga kids, finger
I don't
bang,
blame him.
Harpo Marx, fuck. And then what does he call? Does he have a thing for Adam Cole? Like,
Nah, he likes Adam Cole. He's the
but I
one who
think he's gonna
signed him in
start hating.
ROH.
He's gonna start hating Cole for doing
That's
that.
what he basically said.
Old
Like, man,
Cole.
why did you have to join those fucks? Now I'm gonna have to hate you too. I'm like, oh man, this is just stupid. I just look, bro.
At least they didn't do anything like taking off the
Listen,
shoe shit
if
like they
if
did last week.
you're doing the heels, that's fine.
Yeah.
When they were doing the stupid heel shit, like that they're assholes or whatever, that works. But when you're doing this comedy suit bullshit with your main event faction, where all of those guys are main event guys, like it takes me out of it,
You
bro.
didn't like them getting
I
power
already
bombed
can't
onto
take
the
Hangman
face.
as the challenger serious, and now you're making me not even take Adam Cole and Omega serious.
You know what
Gee,
this Hangman and Omega is starting to feel like Omega and Christian.
starting to feel like The Rock versus X-Pac. You know, you
When
remember
did
when
they fight?
The Rock
At
won the title
the British
initially?
show?
Yeah,
And they had
and
the
they were
British
like
show?
they won the semi-main event. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, the
This is
British
like,
show. That was the British show. They put him against X-Pac.
you know, like I feel like he's going against X-Pac right now.
But it looks like now he's gonna lose to X-Pac.
And that's why I said The Rock in '98, where he was jobbing left and
But
right.
no one thought Rock was losing in a British pay-per-view. Now people actually think that, this guy might actually beat him. That's the scary
I mean,
thing.
they were making X-Pac look really strong at the time.
No one thought he was winning. I don't care. Nobody thought. Even as a
Nobody
kid, I
saw
didn't.
The Rock as that guy yet.
I didn't think he was losing. I was like,
No, of
you
course
could
not.
tell.
He's not gonna lose to fucking X-Pac. But I mean, it was more probable than, let's say, The Rock in 2000. This is what I feel like I'm watching with Kenny Omega. I'm watching like prehistoric Kenny Omega. Like he's going back to DDT, doing kamehamehas and shit. Like I just. I'm mad that
He's the
they're making
cleaner
me
again.
feel like I hate that they're making me talk like Jim Cornette right now. Like,
What about that stupid spot where they did what was it? They all ran into each other with the proton pack thing or what?
oh
I
my
don't know. I'm
god,
not really a
whatever.
Ghostbusters guy. I always like Terminator better than Ghostbusters. Although I like Ghostbusters too. I mean, it's not, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. But the pop Hangman got when he took off that thing was pretty. I mean, it was kind of fake when the guy came out, and you knew as soon as he came out the horse head. I was like, that's him. He's did the switch. It's stupid. I don't know.
Warlow.
Well, there we go. Warlow.
Warlow.
Although, thank God, it looks like Wardlow will not be facing Punk, which we're gonna get to in a minute. What do you think? Do you think that they're gonna put is Omega losing at Full
Warlow.
Gear?
It doesn't
Do
matter
you?
anymore.
I know, but do you think he is losing?
I'm indifferent now. I'm indifferent.
All right. So the main event for you is now Moxley versus
It's done.
Danielson.
Yes. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Right
Well,
now,
you've heard it.
Moxley is the guy that I like the most in AEW right now.
So maybe Moxley should beat Omega. They can just pretend like it didn't happen.
Better than fucking Adam Page.
I mean, I gotta
I
be
know
honest with you.
Moxley wouldn't dress as Stay Puft. I know that.
This Omega run has not been great, other than that Danielson match. What else did he do?
But that doesn't count because it wasn't a title match.
I know, but like in the realm of the reign, that's the only thing I can think of. I didn't like the 3-way. I thought that was stupid. I didn't like. I liked the barbed wire match up until they didn't get it to work. I didn't really like the first match that much, other than Omega won, and the Christian match. No, I did not want to see that. I mean, that's all he's faced: Moxley, Christian, Orange Cassidy, and was it Pac? Was Pac in that match? I didn't remember.
I'm disappointed.
And then
Yes,
Danielson.
he
So my
was.
point is, if he loses the Omega, it's almost kind of like going full circle. This meant nothing, and then he lost it to mean nothing.
They're killing my excitement for the promotion right now.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to Rampage.
Yes.
All right, so we're talking spoilers now. So click off if you don't
Spoiler
want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wardlow. All right, here we go. Rampage. Apparently Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. Oh my God, fuck. Bryan Danielson.
Isn't it ironic? We spent so much time acclimating to Daniel Bryan, and then when we finally get used to saying Daniel Bryan, now we gotta go back to Bryan Danielson.
I'm just gonna start calling him the American Dragon. The American Dragon versus Eddie Kingston. Apparently, this match is amazing, and it blows anything out of the water that they did on AEW Dynamite. Not a shock. And that this is a great match, and I can't wait to watch it. That's the hook for Rampage. Afterwards is, to no one's surprise, Bryan Danielson, I got it right, beat Eddie Kingston. But then we got the first glimmer of hope with CM Punk since he came back, or since the Darby Allin thing.
Yeah.
He may be facing Eddie Kingston.
He will probably. He has to be now.
That's gonna be good. That's good. I'm excited for that.
Apparently, it was a backstage segment. He runs into Punk. He takes the microphone off Punk or something, and they start brawling or something of the sort. We'll see. But it definitely seems like they're gonna fight at Full Gear. That's a great match idea. Whoever thought of it was a genius.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You heard it here
I think his name
is.
I think his name is Punk and Eddie Kingston.
They're listening to our show.
There you go. Wait, I don't care about AEW Dark Elevation. I want to just see there we go, Rampage. All right, so apparently that's great. CM Punk does a promo. Dante Martin.
Apparently everybody left after that match.
Probably.
They didn't even stay for the main event.
Or Britt. All right, so Dante Martin, which was supposed to be Dante Martin and Lio Rush versus Matt Sydal and the other Sydal. I don't know. They're not really explaining why. They're saying that Mike Sydal got hurt. So they did the trilogy. Dante Martin defeats Matt Sydal. I'm loving the Lio Rush promos. It's just I want to see him do something.
Yeah, I reject it being called the trilogy. I think you should only call things trilogy when they're like greatness.
Yeah.
Okay, and two jobbers fighting 3 times is
Yeah, I
not
don't
a
even
trilogy.
remember those matches. I'm gonna be honest
Okay,
with you. All right, let's talk about so Britt Baker versus
but
Abaddon.
I will say this: Leo Rush is amazing.
I like
I
Leo
love his
Rush,
swagger. I like his charisma. I like his
but I want to
promos.
see him do something now.
Yeah, but I'm okay with the promos, even though I
Yeah,
do want a match because he's really fast.
yeah, yeah. No, it's good. Dante Martin cannot cut a promo. Let's
No,
just put
he
that
just
right
stands
there.
there staring,
I don't
looking
think he even
down.
knows the. I don't think he knows his lines.
He always looks like he's confused and forgot his
Yeah,
lines.
yeah, he does. He's got that look, and he's like, "Do I
Just
talk
the
now?
constipated look.
Do I? Is it my turn? Okay, Dante, you have one line. You just say, but." And he's like, Dante, you just missed it. We have to tape it over. Oh man, shoot. Let me do it again. That's Dante Martin. You give him one line, he misses the cue. You got to do it again. And he's like, and we are in a dead segment right now. They probably tape all this stuff, and that was the best tape segment. Leo Rush is probably going there. He's like, oh my God, man. How many times do I got to do this? All you got to do is say one line, man. One line. All right, so let's talk about Britt Baker versus Abaddon. Apparently, Abaddon came off really good in this, and she didn't do the she didn't make her tap out to the lockjaw, but she did roll her up. So they apparently see something with Abaddon.
Well, I mean, they have to. They don't have no. They got like what, two women, two, three women. You gotta see sign in somebody, right?
Oh yeah, we also didn't talk about Cody. Cody's promo where he
Oh yeah, I
where
liked it.
he where he was it felt a little bit too much like John Cena for me, where it's just like,
No,
I
there was a
gotta.
lot more realism to it
It's a
than
lot
a
more
John
real, but it's the
Cena.
same shit where it's like, oh man, I know you guys
But
want me
he's
to
a
do
baby
that.
face. What you expect?
Yeah, but it don't feel like a baby. They're gonna boo him. This is only gonna grow. It's
I don't
gonna
hate
grow.
Cody. I don't
I
understand
don't
why
hate him
everybody
either,
hates
but
him.
the fans don't like it, and you
Yeah,
gotta
but you're
listen.
acting like you're a part of the fans that don't like him too, and you
I don't.
probably
There are
would be
parts of it
booing
I
if you
don't
were
like.
there.
There's parts of it I don't like. I didn't sit there booing him. I mean, I don't like some. I don't like some of the stuff he's done. I don't like his reality show. I didn't like the Britain versus America angle. I thought that was stupid.
Yeah, that's the only thing I thought. I think he's done that really was stupid and didn't fit.
I
And I
didn't
think
like
that
that he
really
got his
got him a
win
lot of
back from
hatred.
Brody Lee. I thought Brody Lee could have carried it a little bit longer, but
He couldn't
unfortunately.
wrestle,
Well, I know now we know that, but I didn't know that at the time.
so you shouldn't be mad about it now because now you know.
Yeah.
People just want
No,
to
let
hate
him
him.
keep the
People just
title.
want to hate him. It's like Cody said, if y'all give credit to Tony Khan, well, you should give credit to the man that made the bank.
I don't
It's
hate
like people
Cody.
just forgot.
I don't hate Cody, but
Is
his goody shit is kind of lame.
it like
It's a
I
little
don't feel it's
lame.
fake.
It feels
I
fake.
I don't feel it's fake.
It feels a little
And
fake,
and
man.
without him, I don't know if you even get AEW. I don't know why people are hating on him now. People just love to
It's
hate.
fake. All right, let me tell you what it is. He's got kind of like the Hillary Clinton thing. There's something about him that's just not likable. I don't know what it
Whatever. Like
is. There's
yeah,
something
people just
there.
want to hate him.
There's something
See,
there that they don't
people
like
keep
about him.
people keep comparing him to Jeff Jarrett and Triple H.
No, I
Have
don't
there
think
been
he's
any
Jeff Jarrett Triple
stories that would
H.
show you that he's like Jeff Jarrett Triple H?
I don't think he's Jeff Jarrett Triple H, but I do think, there's a little something there.
I think he's just a nice guy that cares about his image too much. And I think that rubs people wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but his whole gimmick is heel.
By the way, did you
Coming out with
notice?
your own entrance is a
By
heel
the way,
move.
did you notice his promo kind of tease that he was thinking of doing the pedigree?
Yeah, that's what Alvarez said. He was talking
I
about the
thought so
pedigree.
too. I thought so too.
And I'm like,
That's
he might as well
immediately
go
where
with
my
that.
head went. When he was putting the double leg, like I was thinking pedigree for a second.
Wait, when he did that.
Yeah, when he
Oh
did the
yeah,
Tiger
yeah, I did. I
Driver,
did think
I,
that. Yeah, I did.
You
I
know,
did
like
think
he was
that.
like looking around. I'm like, is he gonna do the pedigree?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like Black and Andrade as a team. I think that's stupid.
Yeah, I
Like we
like the
said,
segment. I like the segment, but I don't think Black should be associated with anybody.
do
I
you think
think
that's
he
where
should.
Wyatt shows up? Is that Full Gear after that match?
Man,
Is that when you?
you're just like burying
Yes, I
yourself with
want to
that.
see Wyatt.
Every segment that
I
happens,
like seeing Wyatt.
it's like
I
every
did not
segment
like.
that happens, you're like, and
I
now Bray
did
Wyatt's
not.
gonna come.
I did not like. Well, yeah. Now I'm excited. This is good stuff. I'm gonna as soon as Kevin Owens, I'm gonna be like the same thing there. I love that anticipation. It makes the show more fun.
Well, yeah, if
Without
it
guessing,
happens, it does.
it
But
does.
since we've been like looking for it every week and nothing's been going on,
Well, that's
it
because the
just gives.
show's not been that great. So
Yeah,
give me
it
something. So
sucks.
at least I got to find something to entertain myself with. And if it means, maybe I
You know what
comes
the
in.
problem is? They're putting their best stuff on Rampage a lot,
Yeah, they
and
are. Because he
with
thinks of it as the A show.
but it's half the audience.
I know, but in his mind, he wants it to be an A show,
That's
even if
a
it's
terrible
not.
strategy
It is a terrible strategy, but that's why he's doing it. I don't
because
know
it's a
why.
terrible strategy.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm just saying. I don't. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I feel like uh, the last couple of weeks has just been like.
Eh.
Uh,
Oh, usually it like all out. I was so excited for that show. And now with this show, it's like,
I'm not even excited for Full Gear. There's no matches I want to watch
well, you
outside
got
of maybe
Moxley
Moxley,
versus
Danielson, okay, and Eddie Kingston
Kings.
and Punk. But to be honest, I think I would have been more excited with Eddie Kingston and Punk a month ago.
You don't
I
care
think,
about Darby versus MJF? Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
I guess, yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds very indifferent. Like I
Not
care
the,
less about him.
is that the show has already lost a lot of momentum for me. So now it's
Yeah.
like now I'm not caring with the same enthusiasm I had a couple weeks ago. You know, like
Yeah.
everything just feels
And
like.
that's why I gotta, go. This is where Bray Wyatt comes in.
See, but they brought Danielson and Adam Cole and Punk, and look where we are.
Uh,
And Bray Wyatt is not a bigger star than Punk or Danielson.
he's a bigger
So
merchandise mover.
not than Punk.
I think he's up there with Punk.
No, he's not.
I
No, he's
don't
not.
know. That
Cause
Fiend
he
shit
okay.
sold.
Who outsold Cena? Bray Wyatt or Punk?
I
It
don't know.
was
We're talking
Punk.
about
Uh,
two
Yeah,
different worlds now.
CM Punk outsold Cena in his prime.
Yeah, and then they still didn't push him.
Bray Wyatt was the top merch seller when
And
there
they
was
still
no
fired.
merch sellers.
And then they fired him anyway. He's
Who he
so
outsold?
stupid.
Who he outsold?
Probably,
There was nobody. Becky Lynch. He
yeah.
outsold Becky Lynch.
I don't know. I'd have to look at all the numbers and stuff. But anyways, I don't
Not
know.
the same
The
level.
AEW needs to do something, and they're just not. They got a lot of good pieces on the board, but I
Bray
don't.
Wyatt thing isn't gonna save them because if
No, it isn't.
Adam
But it'll give
Cole
me
and
something interesting because he's gonna come back with a whole new
again,
look.
look at Punk.
Yeah. But
So like,
Punk wants to be this, wanted to do this shit.
I'm just
Let's not
saying,
forget
man.
about
Like,
that. Punk wanted
bro,
this shit.
Malachi Black should be in the main event, and they ruined Malachi Black. I don't care about Hangman Page. Adam Cole ain't doing shit. CM Punk
See what you were saying
was
about
fighting
Cody.
Warlow, or
What you're
was.
saying about Cody. Are you saying isn't that kind of the same thing about what you're saying about Hangman? You're
What?
just hating on him to hate on him?
What? That I hate on Hangman to hate on him? No,
Yeah, the
I
same way with
don't
Cody,
hate
no?
Hangman Page. I don't think he should be in the main event segment.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that guy. I don't think they've built him up to be that guy. They want him to be that guy. They always position him to be that guy, but he doesn't feel like that guy. You know I'm right.
The thing though that changes that a little bit for me is I don't know. I'm seeing the pops. I'm looking at that. I'm seeing them. They were chanting cowboy shit at the end of that show.
How many people were there?
Dude, shut the fuck up. How many
I'm
people were
just
fucking
saying.
there?
I'm just saying. Like it
Well,
didn't feel like it was like 15,000 people, going crazy. I'm just saying. I wouldn't. I wouldn't put him in there.
I thought they
You
did
know.
some kind of I read
Okay, I'm gonna
somewhere
put
that
it to
they
you
did
like
a
this:
tease.
Was he getting cheered more than Malachi Black was getting cheered 3 weeks ago?
What is
Before the match with Cody, what is Hangman Page
Malachi's
look?
an interesting thing though, because I
He
mean,
felt like, oh my God, you got this guy. Put him in the main event match, have him lose there, and then you do the shit with Cody. But you capitalize on the positive momentum. He's undefeated.
be honest, if we're
He
gonna actually
fits.
do the smart thing would have been to do Danielson Omega too. That's what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah,
And
but
then you
then they want to make you wait. So if that's your decision,
then
at
yeah,
least
okay,
do
Malachi.
Black, have Black lose, and then you do the thing with Cody. That way,
But I
it
think they
doesn't
set
feel
this
as
up a whole year
wrong.
ago, and
It,
this is their
I
plan.
feel Cody shouldn't have been the first person that beat him. I think
I know we
that's a
both agree on that.
problem. Yeah, but I said Cody should win, but the match shouldn't happen yet.
But that's the problem with Cody is he's too WWEized. He's like, let's do the rematch immediately. Like in his segments feel so out of place in AEW. They feel like another world.
I don't
Come
know,
on,
man.
do
Wasn't
not
he
deny
thinking
that.
about retiring or some shit? Like,
Yeah, but he did the same retirement that like Triple H kind of would do, where he takes off the boot and he's like, I don't know, I've got to, and then he gets attacked, and it's like, okay,
I'm not
so
gonna
if you're
lie,
still
low
gonna
key,
retire,
I want a Cody Rhodes versus Triple H feud.
actually that'd
Like
be
low
great.
key,
But I don't think he can move anymore. I mean, I feel bad for Triple H. He is in a
I
lot
do.
of he's
Vince
suffering.
McMahon broke his heart, literally.
He's I don't poor guy. Poor guy. I mean, this is when you write the book and be like, this guy had it made, and Tony Khan
But
pretty
you know
much
who
has
also had it made?
meh,
10 years ago, 15 years ago,
Hulk
Shane
Hogan.
McMahon had it made,
Oh yeah, he did.
and what happened?
Yeah. Now it's gonna be the other Khan. He
He'll
takes
get
over
fired too.
the
They
Khan, the
all
Nick
get
Khan.
fired. Yeah, you know what makes Bruce? The only thing Bruce understands, he
This is how
probably
Vince.
understands that he'll get fired again,
Yeah, he does.
and he understands that already.
Yeah, of course. That's
That
probably
puts
why
you
they work
ahead of the
harder.
curve. He doesn't think what probably Trips thought or Shane thought. Vince would never turn on me.
Most people don't want to sit there and go, I really hope my boss fires me.
No, but you prepare for it.
With Vince, yeah, you
Uh,
have to, but with
That's my
most normal
point with
people, you
Vince.
don't.
When you have an erratic boss, you got to understand that.
You mean a guy who flushes the tape down the toilet?
That's Vince.
Yeah, a guy who had Austin throw himself into the Boston Harbor, which is completely contaminated.
Like here's the thing. Like that Roman and Brock, uh, the segments. That's how you treat a main event program.
Yeah, they
Like
don't know how to
that
do
was a
that.
main event program.
But
As
they don't know
much
how to do that in AEW.
as much as we bash on WWE, that is one thing. When Paul Heyman is involved,
Yeah.
and you got guys that Vince won't fuck with, that's what you get, and that's what I want to see. I don't want maybe if you did something like that with Hangman Page, maybe I could take him more serious.
But
But no, I see him fucking
Omega is not
disguised
a
as Stay Puff.
Omega can't talk. This is all they've got.
Stay Puff? That's
I
what
don't
they
know,
got.
just stupid angle crap that they're doing. I mean, let's be honest. What else? There's nothing else that's really built. Where's the promo where Hangman Adam Page is like, I'm going to beat you no matter what?
Okay,
You
but
can
when
throw the elite
Danielson
out
and
there.
Omega were talking on in the ring, it felt good.
Yeah, because
Omega
Danielson was
wasn't
there.
doing stupid shit.
But yeah, well, that's Danielson. Danielson's probably like, I don't want any of that stupid shit. You're going to do this. Because Danielson, has integrity. He's not going to sit there and do this
Damn,
comedy crap.
I ain't go that far.
He ain't going to do
Kenny
that.
Omega don't got no integrity.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying that he's not. All right, yeah, I kind of buried him there.
He ain't got
All
no
right, that's it.
integrity.
Take the logo off. Take the Hangman. Take the. I guess you have to put up Brock Lesnar on my channel.
You don't have the three eyes.
My
You don't have the three
wallpaper.
eyes. Kenny Omega don't have the three eyes.
That's the integrity, intelligence. But he's missing
Well, that is
intelligence.
actually kind of true, though.
He's missing intelligence.
You're definitely missing intensity.
Integrity.
That was you.
So he's missing all three eyes.
They need a son, Kurt Angle.
All right, dude. Anything else to say?
Now the show sucked. I'll give this show 2 thumbs down.
All right.
I honestly think SmackDown was better.
Yeah. I want to thank you for watching the Kings Road podcast. You can subscribe here to get the latest clips and news on the show, or like us on Facebook.com, Kings Road Podcast.
Or email us at podcastkingsroad@gmail.com.
And then you can also find the YouTube link, which will be, how can they find the YouTube link?
It'll be on the side right here.
It'll be right on the site there. And if you want to find us on Instagram, it's at Kings with a little, thing at the bottom. What do you call that?
At
No,
shit from emails.
the little, no, not that. The bottom thing. Kings, the thing that's spacing it out.
Oh,
Those.
underscore.
Okay, Kings _road _ podcast for Instagram. and then you can find us at the King,
the KRP podcast for Twitter.
Do we have any more links that we want to do?
No, that's it.
Basically, Kings Road Podcast, KRP. If you can't find it, email us. We'll send it to you, I guess.